Have you ever woken up in the middle of the night feeling like something inside you isn't working the way it used to? Have you ever looked at yourself in the mirror and wondered why your body, once strong and full of energy, now feels tired, heavy, and unresponsive? Why does it seem like your manhood, your confidence, your very sense of vitality has faded away little by little, like sand slipping through your fingers? For many men over 60, this is not just a small inconvenience. It's a silent pain that cuts deep. Nights become longer. The spark that once brought intimacy and joy turns into frustration. And the question that no one wants to say out loud starts to echo inside the mind. What happened to me? Why can't I feel like a man anymore? What if I told you that one of the most overlooked reasons for this decline isn't just about age or hormones, but something hidden in your daily routine? Something that slowly weakens your blood vessels, dulls your body's natural rhythm, and silently steals the very strength that defines masculinity? And what if, at the same time, nature had quietly given us a simple, powerful way to fight back? A combination so ancient and so natural that most men have it sitting right in their own kitchen, yet almost no one uses it correctly? Because when mixed and used the right way, it can help restore blood flow, boost stamina, and bring back the firmness and energy that seemed lost for good. This is not a miracle, not magic, not a trick. It's pure science based on how the body works and how natural nutrients can wake it up again from the inside. Before I explain exactly what happens when honey and olive oil are combined at night, and how this can support stronger, more consistent erections and bring back the energy that most men think is gone forever, I want to ask you something simple. Where are you watching from? Comment your city below, because across the country, men are beginning to rediscover how small, smart changes can make a world of difference. Now, to truly understand why something as simple as honey and olive oil can play such an important role, we first need to face an uncomfortable truth. Most men over 60 are not suffering from lack of desire or lack of love. The real problem lies much deeper, in the body's inner system, the highways of blood vessels that carry oxygen and nutrients to every cell, including those that fuel your performance. Over time, these blood vessels lose flexibility. The inner lining, called the endothelium, gets damaged by years of poor diet, high blood pressure, lack of movement, and chronic inflammation. Once that happens, blood no longer flows as it should. It's like trying to water your garden through a hose full of cracks and rust. You can turn up the pressure, but the water won't reach where it needs to go. Most men think that testosterone alone is the main cause behind declining performance. But what few realize is that even high testosterone cannot work properly when blood flow is restricted. Erections are not just about hormones, they are about circulation. The entire mechanism depends on smooth, healthy arteries capable of relaxing and expanding so blood can rush in. When this function weakens, everything else starts to follow: the energy, the mood, even confidence. You might feel less motivated, less focused, less alive. It's a domino effect that begins with one thing: impaired blood flow. This is where the body's silent enemy comes in: oxidative stress. Imagine tiny sparks of rust slowly eating away at your arteries, making them stiff and narrow. Every year, this invisible damage gets worse. It's fed by sugar, processed food, smoking, alcohol, and even chronic stress. You can't see it, but you feel it in your energy, in your sleep, in your mornings, and especially in your nights. Many men begin to notice the signs gradually: weaker erections, shorter duration, slower recovery, and that frustrating feeling of not being the same man anymore. But here's the most dangerous part. Most accept it as normal aging. They don't fight back. They give up without knowing that nature already provided a solution hidden in plain sight. Something as simple as honey and olive oil. Now, before explaining why this natural combination works, let's explore what actually happens inside the body when you lose vitality. The male body runs on energy, constant, flowing energy that depends on mitochondria, the little power stations inside your cells. As you age, these mitochondria produce less energy, and your blood carries less oxygen due to reduced nitric oxide, the molecule responsible for relaxing arteries. Without enough nitric oxide, your blood vessels tighten like old rubber bands. It becomes harder for blood to reach where it's needed, especially in those delicate tissues that require sudden, strong inflows during arousal. When that doesn't happen, the result is obvious: The body can't respond the way it used to. This is not a lack of masculinity, it's biology. The body is still capable, it just needs to be reminded how to function. The good news is that nitric oxide levels and vascular health can be naturally supported by certain nutrients, especially antioxidants and polyphenols found in natural foods. Honey and olive oil happen to be two of the richest, most accessible sources of these compounds, but they only work when used the right way and at the right time, when the body is most ready to absorb and repair itself, at night, during rest. Throughout history, both honey and olive oil have been called foods of life. Ancient healers didn't understand molecular science, but they knew these substances had special power. Modern research has confirmed it. Honey is not just sugar. It contains enzymes, trace minerals, and compounds that help reduce oxidative stress and support nitric oxide production. Olive oil, on the other hand, is rich in healthy fats and polyphenols that protect the arteries and improve the flexibility of blood vessels. Together, they create a natural environment where blood flow can improve, testosterone can work more efficiently, and the body can begin to restore its natural rhythm. But here's where most men go wrong. They either ignore their body's signals, or they depend entirely on pills that only mask the problem. The blue pills you see everywhere work by forcing blood vessels to open temporarily, but they do nothing to repair the underlying damage. That's why their effects fade quickly, and why the same dose that once worked might not work anymore. The real solution must come from within, from repairing the arteries, restoring nitric oxide, and reducing oxidative stress. And that's exactly what honey and olive oil can help with, if used consistently and correctly. However, the real magic of this combination does not lie in simply mixing two ingredients. The secret is in timing and proportion. The body heals and regenerates during the night. This is when growth hormone peaks, when cells repair themselves, and when blood vessels regain elasticity. Taking the right nutrients before sleep helps support this natural cycle, giving your body the raw materials it needs to rebuild from the inside out. When honey and olive oil are taken together before bed, they fuel the liver, calm the nervous system, and deliver antioxidant compounds that help restore endothelial function, the key to stronger, more reliable erections. Think about it like this. If your body is a machine, honey provides the energy and olive oil provides the lubrication. One fuels, the other protects. Over time, this combination helps your system run smoother and stronger, without strain. Men who consistently support their circulation this way often notice not only better performance, but also deeper sleep, sharper focus, and more balanced mood. It's not about becoming 20 again. It's about reclaiming control over your body and rediscovering confidence in yourself. Yet, despite how powerful this natural synergy is, most men never hear about it. Why? Because it's not profitable to tell people that two simple, affordable ingredients can support what expensive supplements and synthetic pills often try to imitate. There's no marketing campaign for nature, but that doesn't make it less effective. It only means you need to be willing to listen and take small steps toward restoring your health, and that begins with understanding the process. In the coming moments, we'll go deeper into how each of these ingredients interacts with your body, why they work better together than alone, and how something so simple can bring back the strength and vitality you thought was gone for good. We'll break down the specific effects they have on blood vessels, hormones, and energy, step by step, so you can finally understand why this nightly habit may be one of the most powerful, natural ways to support male performance over 60. The truth is, every man deserves to feel strong, capable, and confident, no matter his age. The body doesn't forget how. It just needs the right push. And by the time you understand the full mechanism behind this combination, you'll see that what seems small, just a spoonful of honey and a drizzle of olive oil, can create a ripple effect that changes everything from your circulation to your sleep, your mornings, and even your sense of purpose. Because when the body feels alive again, the mind follows. And once you know how it works, you'll never look at these two simple ingredients the same way again. To truly understand why the mixture of honey and olive oil can have such a powerful impact on a man's vitality, you must look at how deeply these two natural ingredients interact with the body's most essential systems, especially those responsible for blood circulation, hormone balance, and energy production. Every man knows that as he grows older, his body changes. What most don't realize is that the process doesn't happen suddenly. It's gradual and silent, almost invisible at first. It starts with small things: tiredness after meals, less motivation in the mornings, restless nights, and eventually, the frustrating decline in performance that makes you feel like your body is no longer listening to you. The truth is, the body still wants to perform, but it's struggling to do so under the weight of inflammation, poor circulation, and declining nitric oxide levels. That's where honey and olive oil begin to play their roles, working like two partners that complement each other perfectly, one providing energy and antioxidants, the other protecting and restoring the structure of the arteries that deliver life to every cell. Let's start with honey. When most people think of honey, they picture sweetness, something pleasant but not particularly powerful. Yet inside that golden liquid lies a complex blend of over 200 natural compounds, enzymes, minerals like zinc and magnesium, amino acids, and powerful antioxidants such as flavonoids and phenolic acids. These elements are what make honey much more than just a sweetener. When it enters the body, it provides gentle, stable energy without causing the sharp spikes in blood sugar that processed sugar does. It also supports the liver's role in detoxification and helps the body manage oxidative stress, the very same process that causes arteries to stiffen over time. But honey's real secret lies in its effect on nitric oxide. Several studies have shown that the antioxidants in raw honey can help preserve nitric oxide molecules in the blood, preventing them from breaking down too quickly. This means blood vessels stay relaxed longer, allowing blood to flow freely into every part of the body, including the areas where it's most needed during intimacy. Olive oil, on the other hand, acts as a protector and restorer. It's not just a healthy fat, it's a shield for the arteries. High-quality extra virgin olive oil is loaded with monounsaturated fats and powerful polyphenols like oleuropein and hydroxytyrosol, which reduce inflammation and protect the endothelium, the inner layer of blood vessels that controls dilation and blood flow. As men age, this endothelium becomes one of the most fragile parts of the body. It's easily damaged by high blood pressure, smoking, poor diet, and chronic stress. Once damaged, it cannot produce nitric oxide efficiently, and without nitric oxide, no amount of desire or mental stimulation can create a proper erection. That's why even the best pharmaceutical aids only work temporarily. They depend on the same nitric oxide mechanism. What olive oil does is help the body repair and protect that mechanism naturally, allowing it to function as it should. When combined with honey, it not only boosts nitric oxide availability, but also ensures that the cells responsible for producing it remain healthy. But the benefits go beyond blood flow. The fats in olive oil support testosterone production indirectly by providing the building blocks for hormones. Hormones are made from cholesterol, and not all cholesterol is bad. The healthy fats in olive oil help balance the body's lipid profile, reducing harmful LDL cholesterol while maintaining the beneficial HDL that carries nutrients to the testicles, where testosterone is synthesized. Meanwhile, honey's zinc content supports the same process by helping enzymes that regulate hormone production. Together, they create a metabolic environment where testosterone can function more effectively, not necessarily by dramatically increasing it, but by allowing the body to use what it already has more efficiently. That's why many men who adopt this nightly habit often report not just better performance, but also clearer thinking, deeper sleep, and a calm, steady energy that lasts through the day. Think of it like tuning a musical instrument. You don't need to replace every part to make it sound good again. You just need to restore its balance. The arteries are the strings, the hormones are the vibration, and the nutrients in honey and olive oil are the tuning keys that bring everything back in harmony. And when the body is in tune, every system benefits. Circulation improves, sleep deepens, digestion becomes smoother, and even the heart beats more efficiently. That's because these ingredients don't just target one symptom. They nurture the entire network that supports male vitality. Now, the timing of consumption is just as important as the ingredients themselves. Taking this mixture at night is not just a tradition, it's strategic. During sleep, the body switches from active mode to repair mode. This is when growth hormone increases, tissues rebuild, and the cardiovascular system restores its flexibility. Honey provides the gentle fuel needed to keep the liver working throughout the night, stabilizing blood sugar levels so the brain doesn't wake up in a panic from low glucose. Olive oil slows down digestion just enough to release nutrients steadily, ensuring that your cells receive a continuous supply of energy while you rest. This combination calms the nervous system, allowing for deeper, uninterrupted sleep, a critical part of hormonal recovery. The next morning, many men notice they wake up with more energy, a clearer mind, and, often, a stronger response from the body that feels natural and effortless, not forced or artificial. But let's go even deeper into what's really happening at the cellular level. Inside every cell are mitochondria, the engines that produce ATP, your body's energy currency. Over the years, these mitochondria become damaged by free radicals, which are unstable molecules produced by stress, pollution, poor diet, and even normal metabolism. When these free radicals build up faster than the body can neutralize them, they cause oxidative stress, damaging DNA, proteins, and cell membranes. This is one of the main reasons why energy levels drop, and why tissues, including those responsible for sexual function, begin to weaken. The antioxidants found in both honey and olive oil help counter this by donating electrons to neutralize free radicals, protecting cells from damage, and allowing mitochondria to work more efficiently. This not only supports physical performance, but also mental clarity and mood stability, both of which are critical for desire and endurance. Many men don't realize that poor sexual performance is often one of the earliest signs of cardiovascular problems. The arteries in that region are smaller and more sensitive than those in the heart or brain, so they are usually the first to show signs of reduced blood flow. In that sense, this nightly mixture acts not just as a support for performance, but as a preventive measure for overall cardiovascular health. Supporting circulation in this way helps protect against the very issues that become more common with age: hypertension, fatigue, and even cognitive decline. The same polyphenols that keep blood vessels open and flexible also help reduce inflammation in the brain, which is why many people who adopt this habit notice improved focus and memory as a pleasant side effect. Still, the real challenge is consistency. The body doesn't change overnight. It needs repetition and nourishment. When you make this a nightly ritual, you're sending a message to your body. It's time to restore, not just survive. And with every night that passes, you feed the system that sustains your strength. This is where many men rediscover something they thought they'd lost forever. Not just physical power, but the quiet confidence that comes from knowing their body still works as it should. Now, there's another layer to this story that makes this combination even more remarkable: its effect on inflammation. Chronic inflammation is the root of nearly every age-related problem, from joint pain to memory loss to erectile dysfunction. When inflammation affects the inner lining of blood vessels, it disrupts nitric oxide production and causes the walls to stiffen. The antioxidants in honey help cool down this inflammation, while the healthy fats in olive oil act like a balm, soothing and protecting the arteries from further damage. This allows the body to gradually heal the micro tears and oxidative scars that have accumulated over years. The more this process continues, the easier it becomes for the blood to flow freely again. And when blood flows freely, energy follows, life returns, and that deep sense of masculine balance starts to come back. At this point, some might wonder, can something this simple really make such a difference? The answer lies in how nature works. The body doesn't need complex solutions. It needs the right ones. Honey and olive oil don't force your system to do anything unnatural. They remind it how to do what it was designed to do. They don't bypass the body's natural pathways like chemical pills. They nourish them. Over time, this nourishment translates into real, tangible results: stronger circulation, better energy, more stable mood, and renewed vitality. But perhaps the most underestimated benefit of this nightly ritual is its psychological effect. Taking those few minutes each evening to prepare this mixture and drink it calmly signals something powerful to your subconscious: that you are taking care of yourself, that you are not giving up, that you are choosing to rebuild, not surrender. For many men, this small action becomes a turning point, a nightly reminder that it's never too late to reclaim their health, their energy, and their confidence. And that belief, that steady confidence, amplifies every physical improvement. What's truly fascinating is how this natural combination creates a cycle of reinforcement. As circulation improves, so does oxygen delivery to every organ. As oxygen increases, energy production rises. As energy rises, hormones become more balanced, sleep improves, and stress decreases. Less stress means lower cortisol, and lower cortisol means higher testosterone activity. The entire system starts working together instead of fighting against itself. And at the center of this transformation are two simple gifts from nature: honey and olive oil, working quietly, night after night, to rebuild what time tried to take away. By now, it should be clear that the power of this mixture doesn't come from any magical property, but from how it aligns perfectly with the body's natural processes. Still, there's one final piece missing: the exact way to prepare and use it so your body can absorb its full benefits. That's where the true revelation lies. And when you hear it, everything you've learned so far will come together like the final piece of a puzzle that suddenly makes perfect sense. Because the way you mix and take it determines how well your body can turn this nightly habit into real, lasting change that restores your confidence, your energy, and your strength from the inside out. Now that we've explored how honey and olive oil nourish your blood vessels, protect your heart, and restore the body's ability to generate energy, it's time to bring everything together and reveal how this simple, natural combination can be used correctly to achieve its full power. The truth is that most people make one small mistake that keeps them from feeling the real benefits. They use the right ingredients, but they use them the wrong way or at the wrong time. When your goal is to strengthen circulation, balance hormones, and restore natural performance, timing and proportion matter more than most realize. The body works on a rhythm, a perfect cycle of day and night, activity and rest. To awaken that rhythm again after years of decline, you must support the body at the precise moment it is most ready to heal, and that moment is before sleep. At night, while you rest, the body performs its most important repair work. Growth hormone levels increase, damaged cells are replaced, and the arteries begin to restore their elasticity. It's during this time that the endothelium, the fragile lining inside your blood vessels, regenerates most efficiently. The combination of honey and olive oil supports this natural process because honey provides the energy needed for cell repair, while olive oil provides the healthy fats and antioxidants that protect the delicate tissues from damage. When taken together, they give your body exactly what it needs to do its nightly work more effectively. This is why the mixture is not just food, it's fuel for recovery. Here's how to prepare it properly. Take 1 teaspoon of pure, raw honey. Not the processed kind you find in plastic bottles, but real, unfiltered honey that still contains the natural enzymes and pollen that make it so powerful. Then, mix it with 1 teaspoon of extra virgin olive oil, the kind that comes from the first cold pressing of the olives, rich in natural antioxidants and polyphenols. Stir them together until they form a smooth, golden blend. You can take it straight, letting it melt slowly on your tongue, or you can mix it into a small glass of warm water if you prefer a milder taste. Do this about 30 minutes before going to bed, after your last meal has been fully digested. When you take it this way, something remarkable begins to happen inside your body. The honey's natural sugars gently raise blood glucose just enough to tell your brain that energy is available, helping you fall asleep peacefully. The olive oil slows down the absorption of the honey, preventing blood sugar spikes and ensuring a steady supply of energy through the night. Together, they keep your liver working efficiently, stabilizing your metabolism and supporting your cardiovascular system while you rest. This gentle metabolic support allows nitric oxide production to remain stable through the night, helping restore flexibility in your arteries over time. With consistent use, many men begin to notice changes, not sudden or shocking changes, but subtle signs that their body is waking up again. Mornings start feeling lighter, sleep feels deeper, the body feels more responsive. These small improvements build upon each other until one day, you realize that the problem that once seemed permanent has begun to fade quietly into the background. What's truly powerful about this nightly habit is that it doesn't just work on one level, it improves the entire chain of male vitality. Better sleep means higher testosterone activity the next day. Healthier arteries mean stronger, more reliable blood flow. Stable blood sugar means less fatigue and better mood. It's a domino effect that starts with one simple act of care. The more consistently you repeat this act, the more your body trusts the rhythm again. and the more naturally it begins to perform as it was designed to. Many men describe the change as if a switch has been turned back on, not an artificial jolt, but a steady return of balance and strength that feels completely natural. Another important aspect of this routine is the state of mind it creates. Taking time at night to prepare this simple mixture reconnects you to your body. It slows you down, calms the nervous system, and tells your brain that the day is over and that it's safe to rest. This shift is crucial because modern life keeps most men in a constant state of alertness. Stress hormones like cortisol remain high long after the day ends, and high cortisol is one of the greatest enemies of male vitality. It suppresses testosterone, disrupts sleep, raises blood pressure, and reduces the ability to respond physically to intimacy. The calming effect of honey and olive oil helps counter this stress response naturally. The honey's natural sugars trigger serotonin, a neurotransmitter that promotes relaxation, while the healthy fats in olive oil support the brain's production of calming hormones. This combination not only prepares your body for sleep, but also helps restore the balance between stress and rest that modern life has stolen. And this is where the true magic lies. When your body feels safe, when it rests deeply, and when blood flows freely, everything else follows. Energy increases, desire returns, confidence grows. You begin to carry yourself differently, not just because of what happens at night, but because of how you feel all day. That's why this isn't just a trick for better performance. It's a ritual for restoring life itself. Over time, the honey and olive oil mixture helps create a new baseline for your health. Stronger arteries, calmer nerves, and more stable energy. It doesn't give you a temporary boost. It helps you rebuild the foundation that makes natural strength possible. There's also a deeper biological explanation for why this simple blend works so effectively. Honey contains trace amounts of boron, a mineral that helps regulate the balance of calcium and magnesium in the body and has been shown to support healthy testosterone metabolism. Olive oil, rich in vitamin E and antioxidants, protects the Leydig cells in the testicles, the very cells responsible for producing testosterone, from oxidative damage. By protecting and nourishing these cells, the mixture supports natural hormone balance without any synthetic interference. That's why many men who adopt this habit report feeling more energetic and emotionally stable after just a few weeks. The change doesn't feel forced. It feels like the body is simply remembering what it was meant to do all along. Still, as with any natural method, patience is key. The body needs time to rebuild and readjust. It's not about instant results. It's about lasting results. When you stay consistent for several weeks, your blood vessels gradually regain flexibility, nitric oxide production improves, and circulation becomes smoother. This is what leads to stronger, more sustained erections. Not by pushing the body unnaturally, but by allowing it to do what it's supposed to do in the first place. And as blood flow improves, every organ benefits. Your heart beats more efficiently, your brain gets more oxygen, and even your skin starts to look healthier. That's the beauty of addressing the root cause rather than chasing quick fixes. Now, let's look at how this nightly habit fits into a broader picture of men's health. The mixture works best when combined with other simple choices that support circulation: walking daily, drinking enough water, and reducing processed foods. These habits amplify the effect of honey and olive oil by keeping your arteries clean and your metabolism stable. Even light exercise can help nitric oxide stay active longer in the bloodstream, and proper hydration ensures your blood remains thin and smooth, not sticky and sluggish. The goal is not perfection, but balance. When your body feels nourished, rested, and oxygenated, it responds quickly to even the smallest positive changes. The most encouraging part is that this habit costs almost nothing and carries no risk when used in moderation. Both honey and olive oil have centuries of safe use and are recognized even by modern medicine as beneficial when consumed as part of a healthy diet. They are not drugs, not supplements. They are food, the most fundamental form of nourishment, and because they work with the body instead of against it, the results you achieve are sustainable. The improvement doesn't vanish when you stop. It becomes part of your new baseline of health. That's what makes this approach so powerful. It doesn't just fix the symptom, it strengthens the system. Now imagine this as a part of your nightly routine. A quiet moment before bed, a spoonful of golden honey mixed with rich olive oil, taken slowly as you reflect on your day. You feel it coat your throat gently, calming you, while your body begins to prepare for rest. You turn off the lights, lie down, and sleep deeply. Your body begins its repair cycle, rebuilding, restoring, renewing. Blood vessels relax, cells regenerate, energy stores refill. You wake up feeling lighter, stronger, clearer. Over time, this becomes your new normal. The frustration that once haunted your nights fades into the past, replaced by confidence and peace. This is what nature intended, a simple, honest way to maintain strength and vitality at any age. It doesn't matter if you're 60 or 70, the body always responds to care and nourishment. The human system is resilient. It never truly gives up. It only waits for you to give it what it needs. And when you do, it rewards you in ways that go far beyond performance. It gives you back your energy, your focus, your joy, and the quiet pride of knowing that you took control of your health instead of surrendering it to age. So remember the steps. Use raw honey and extra virgin olive oil. Mix them evenly, 1 teaspoon of each. Take them slowly before bed. Make it a ritual, not a chore. Give it time, at least a few weeks of consistency, and pay attention to the signs: deeper sleep, more energy, calmer mornings, and a growing sense of well-being. These are the signals that your body is healing itself from the inside out. As the days pass, you'll notice the subtle transformation. You'll stand taller. You'll move with more confidence. You'll wake up with that old sense of strength that once felt lost. And perhaps most importantly, you'll know that you did it yourself, with nothing more than 2 gifts of nature that have been within your reach all along. This is not a miracle. It's biology returning to balance. It's the quiet power of consistency, of nourishment, of listening to your body's needs. For every man over 60 who believes his best days are behind him, this is proof that vitality never truly disappears. It just waits to be awakened. Honey and olive oil are not just ingredients. They are reminders that strength, energy, and confidence are not luxuries of youth, but privileges that belong to anyone who chooses to take care of himself. So tonight, when the day winds down and the world grows quiet, take a moment for yourself. Mix that small spoonful of honey with olive oil. Taste it slowly. Let it remind you that your body still listens, still heals, still responds. Give it what it needs, and it will give you back more than you imagined. Because when you care for your body with patience and respect, it always answers. That's the secret. That's the power of this simple nightly habit. Not a trick, not a promise too good to be true, but a real natural way to keep your strength alive, your heart healthy, and your confidence unshakable. A reminder that even after 60, life still has its fire, and that with the right care, that fire can burn stronger than ever.